Welcome to the January 4th, 2022 Abington Conservation Committee meeting. First order of business, new business, is to write up the order of conditions for SE 084-0551 714 Bedford Street. The notice of intent was approved at our last meeting, which I wasn't part of. So we'll do up the order of conditions now. And anybody, if I miss something, anybody can chime in. So I'll start. Everybody have the standard order of conditions?
Yeah, Tony sent them out to us today, so it should be in your email.
Oh, Kathy, I just want to welcome you back to the commission. I don't know if you were at the last meeting or not, but welcome back.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Kathy.
Welcome.
Looking forward to working with everybody.
Yay!
Thank you, Jean. Love you too.
All right, so the first one will be A1. What do we want to put down for a limit of work line for the erosion control?
Didn't you guys vote to go to something like 15 feet? Lynn might remember, or Paul.
I thought it was 15 feet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I wrote down in my notes too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's 15.
15 feet. Okay.
Mhm.
Then it'd be A2, A3, A4, A5, and A6. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5.
Hey, my version doesn't have a B5.
Yeah, mine doesn't
B5?
either.
Mine does. It says a paved berm shall be installed around the perimeter of the parking lot to contain and direct flow of water to the catch basins.
B5, definitely.
I don't see
You
B5.
want a B5?
Do we want to be? Probably.
I think we did discuss it at the last meeting. I think, didn't the
Well,
engineer say something?
yeah, I saw the video. The engineer brought it up that the planning board asked him to put down a berm.
Right.
Yeah,
You want to require a B5?
it's in the plans now, so yeah, we
Okay.
should.
All right, so we're going to add a 5.
So you guys don't have B6 or B7 then, right?
I have B6. I don't have
B6, but no B7.
No?
I have B6, no B7.
Same.
Same.
All right, so yeah, so that's it. Then it would be C2.
I
Paul,
don't have any
Yep.
C's.
I
I
don't
don't either.
B6.
Huh?
Did we do B6 already? Did we say yes to B6 or no to B6?
Yes to B6.
And B7?
Nope.
Whatever B7 is? No B7?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have the C's either. Sorry about that. But is that the flood control?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't listed in my condition.
I think what she might have done is taken orders from a particular filing rather than the standard orders that you have in your books. And I don't have the book. If you could just read out what you're suggesting, Paul, that would be helpful.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, so C2 project must be designed so the amount of flood storage provided for the development is at least equal to that which presently exists under the 210 2,500-year storm plan.
Okay.
Then C3, flood storage must be designed so that the major portion of the detention area provided in areas which have been set aside specifically for that purpose and which are suitably protected for public access.
Reasonable.
Then Then the last one, C4, compensatory storage areas and detention ponds shall be constructed during the initial phase of the project so that they may be functional during construction. The detention pond is to be completed according to design requirements, brought to finished grade. Lost my train of thought.
Brought to finished grades.
Stabilized and all associated structures and devices installed prior to the drainage system on site becoming functional. Said structure shall be kept free of silt and debris to ensure that there is proper operation.
Okay.
And that's it for the Cs. You guys have Ds? Surface
I have
water and
one D.
groundwater control?
It's just
D3?
That's what I have.
D3.
Yep, D3, yep, that's the only one I have for the Ds.
Everything's great.
Say that again, Tim?
That wasn't me. I
Oh.
might have come in after. I have a D3 as well.
Okay. And then for E, I didn't have anything for E because there's no wetland replication. No F, there's no wildlife habitat protection. And then G, on-site conditions, everyone have that?
Yes.
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 All right. G1.
Mhm.
G2.
Mhm.
G3.
Yes.
Let's say that again.
I said yes. Sorry, Paul.
Okay. G4.
Yes.
G5. What do we want to put? 20 feet for the,
We used to do 25 to 50, depending on the property. I would recommend 25.
okay. Yeah, 25. I think we've been doing, since I've been on the board, it was like 20 or 25 feet.
Yeah, depending on the
So-
property. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
properties you just can't do it on, but this property has enough room. We should be able to.
Yep. All right. So 25 feet for G5. G6. G7. Then for H, I have H2. H4. H5. H6. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. H7,
I don't have H7 on here. What is H7?
certain conditions are ongoing and do not expire upon the completion of the project or issuance of certificate of compliance. These conditions are maintenance of culverts to ensure serviceability, maintenance and repair of detention basins and support drainage systems, design capacity and structural integrity of these facilities must be maintained.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And C, the use of minimal concentrations of fertilizer, herbicides, and pesticides utilized by the property owner.
Perfect.
That one.
Me too.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think my concern about chemicals and stuff like that, I brought up at the last meeting.
Yeah.
because-
Me too.
Yeah. And Lynn expounded on it even more than I did because, that all goes into the detention basin and then gets eventually released into the wetlands. So yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. I'm sorry.
So you guys gonna have H8 then?
We have H8.
Okay,
H8, but it's not H7.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So H8 will also be included.
Okay.
Did we get H7? Is that one we're putting on there?
Yes,
What letter?
A,
All
B,
of
and
them?
C. Yep,
Okay.
and that's it for H. I have I1. And then I have I2, A, B, C, D, E, and F.
That's I2.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those were for I2.
Yeah, I don't see E and F on my copy. E and F. You don't have to read the whole thing, but what
Okay.
do they are?
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
have mine.
H or D.
The road with its drainage structures and detention basin must be installed in a way as erosion control and sediment during the building process. The detention basin should be completed as early in the sequence as practicable.
Okay.
And then, I don't know what you want to put down. I don't have anything for the special conditions. I don't know what your thoughts are there.
I just started, but of course I have an opinion. I really think we should consider with requesting them to use salt substitutes on this one, because the drainage does go into a wetland that goes to the Shumanesket River, and there's a pretty significant wetland back there. So if they could use salt substitute instead of regular salt, I think that that would be a positive and probably address Lynn's and Jean's comments about stuff going into wetlands as well. I don't know what the rest of you think, but that would be my suggestion.
I agree.
I agree.
Anybody else have any thoughts?
Reasonable.
Yeah. All right, so we'll include that in the special conditions to use a salt substitute.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'm good.
All right. So next order of business is to make an appointment to the.
Excuse me, Paul, I'm sorry. This is Kathy. I think you should vote on the orders of conditions.
Okay.
Sorry.
Someone like to make a motion to approve the order of conditions?
I make a motion to approve the order of conditions.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
I,
Aye. All right. So next on the agenda is appointment to the Conservation, Community Preservation Committee. Would someone like to nominate anybody?
Paul, I'm on the community preservation already. And I just want to tell everybody it's a great commission to be on. We mostly meet between September and January, and then we have less meetings, maybe once a month or so after that between the rest of the time. But we do some great things with the money that we've gotten through community preservation, both open space, recreation, historical, and housing. We restored the track, we've restored some playgrounds. We funded Griffin's Dairy. We'd love to see some open space requests for land. So, I think members of conservation being on there is very helpful. One, because we are interested in open space and conservation, but two, if we see a project come in, we'll make sure that they understand that they need to go through the permitting process if we see something. So just a plug. And it's a fun committee. Everybody's very, very nice on it.
Good to know.
Kathy's already on it. Do we need to have another person or?
We should probably have a voting member on it, right?
Okay.
You can
Yes.
nominate Kathy, I believe.
I'm already a community at large member.
Could we not bump you up as our liaison and have them bring on another non-voting member?
I'm a voting member on conservation.
Okay.
Preservation. I'm just, there's different positions. One comes from conservation. We could ask, I guess, if they could switch my affiliation to conservation if no one wants to also serve, and then and see that they could go for another community at large member.
I'll nominate Jean.
It's probably on conservation, but we could make it a yearly thing that we come back and discuss it yearly, and that could be fair. That's what some of historic does that. So we often get a different person every year.
I can throw in 2 cents though. If somebody's willing to do that, then we'd essentially have 2 members on that board.
Correct.
That's why I'm gonna nominate Jean.
Okie dokie. I accept your nomination.
Do I have a second?
I second it. Even though I can't vote.
Favor?
Yes, that's a done deal.
All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
All right, Jean.
Thank you.
Jean will have fun. You'll
Okay,
like it.
I'm sure we will.
So who was the first and who was the second?
Paul was the
I was the
first.
first. I was the first. I think everybody else.
I want to make Jean the second.
Well, can she second herself?
You can't second himself.
No.
All right,
I
then.
think I heard Rich first.
I did. I seconded it.
He did.
Yeah.
I love
Right.
his background too. I like the background.
It's a very boring wall behind me, so.
I really like it.
All right, so next up is building permits and site visits. Building permits, nothing with any sort of conservation issue. One thing is, Tony, I think 2 weeks ago sent you guys some information about the Central Street Bridge. You guys get a chance to look at it?
Little bit.
So the engineer is wondering, with the scope of work, if they need to do an RDA or a full-blown notice of intent. I mean, the project.
I haven't seen the plans, Paul, but the
Okay.
fact that it's a river going into Island Grove,
Yeah,
Yes.
I feel like a full-blown notice of intent is probably, I would say that we should go there because it's definitely, they're going to have to take apart the bridge.
well, they're taking apart just the top, the abutments are staying. They're basically replacing the beams and the top slabs of the bridge.
So are they doing stuff in the river and the,
His email said that basically they're gonna need to get in like a boat and if they have to do some patchwork or something, I'm assuming.
I think we should just, I would recommend a notice of intent. That way we have more control. with
Right.
those.
All right,
But I'm only an associate member. You guys have to decide.
No, Kathy, I know, Kathy, but I have to say respectfully, you have the most experience on this board too, and you know exactly what types of things we can come up against. And to
Yeah.
make sure that nothing gets out of control.
Right. And a notice of
everything-
intent gives you more detail and control, I think.
Exactly. And I mean,
Frankly, I think Mass Highways should know.
I tend to agree with you 100%, and that's my dog barking.
no, plus it covers them if something comes up too.
Correct.
You know, if,
Correct. Just the fact that they're going to be working in the water. I know when we did the pedestrian bridge, they were working on the arch, trying to renovate it and clean it up. And things came up that you wouldn't have expected. You know, in that case, it was what chemicals they were going to use and what was going to come off of it. And I worry about things just blowing into the water.
Right.
So it can be anything. So,
all right, so I'll reach out to the engineer tomorrow and let him know that. And they can get, you know, when they're ready, they can come in front of the board with the notice of intent.
Okay.
it's good that it's getting fixed. From what I understand, it's in pretty bad shape.
All right, next up is the approval of meeting minutes. I'll start with November 9th. So I'll make a motion to approve.
We haven't done November 9th. We only have December 14th.
Huh?
We only have December 14th.
Oh, that's, okay. I just see all of them listed on here. Well, I wasn't at that meeting. Do I have it to approve the meeting minutes for December 14th? Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for December 14th.
Do I have a
the
second?
motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. I don't believe there's any other correspondence, Tony, unless you know something I don't know. All right, then, so I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Make a motion. Wow, that was quick.
Someone's gonna make the original motion before you can second.
I thought you were making the original motion. Go ahead, Gene.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Here we go.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye. All right, have a good night, everybody.